Hello Aries, welcome to your tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. Please hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. Now this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. Okay. And remember that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. There's a 3 of discs, coins, pentacles. Let's put that into some context. I think that you are a very, very hard worker. I think that you're involved in some very important work. If there's anything that you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. Okay. Finishing up Path of the Serpent here. Very interesting. This is good. This is interesting. Let's see. For the mystery card, we're going to use the Waite-Smith deck. And this is the card that we are going to set aside. And we're not going to look at it until the very end. We'll put the frog right on top. And hopefully at the end of the reading, that card will tie everything together and give us the confirmation we need. Okay, so major arcana, we only have these 2. We have some air, air, air. We've got some earth, earth, a little bit of fire. We've got some more court cards, a lot of court cards here. We've got some air and some water, and then of course that major arcana. So we're starting out with this 3 of discs, okay? Now, Aries, I think that you're really involved with some kind of a, like a business transaction. It's something to do with money or property, some kind of financial agreement or arrangement or transaction. Maybe that you are trying to get your product on the market. Maybe you're trying to, sell yourself, I guess, as a candidate for a certain position. You've got things in the works, and that's the key word for this 3 of discs here. I think you've got several plates spinning, okay? You're working on different things because you're trying to get everything to kind of come together for this particular project, okay? It could be something related to the home. Maybe there's a contract or a project that you're doing at home. But I feel like there's some sort of a transaction here that you are in the middle of. Okay, maybe you're buying a home, selling a home. Maybe you are transferring property or moving some money around or trying to really sell something, yourself, your product, your skills, your business, whatever it might be. Okay. And I think that we've got a lot of air energy here. So I think that there's been some other people involved, with a lot of court cards here, that haven't really been on the same page. There's been some confusion, some conflict. There's been some negotiations that have fallen through. Okay. But I feel like you're a very business-minded person. And you're not taking any of this personally. That you are kind of taking it as par for the course. You're just understanding, okay, this is the way things go. Maybe I have to try a little bit harder. Maybe I have to put some effort into other areas, try different tactics. The thing about the 3 of discs is that in order for this transaction to really go through, to really play and really work, you have to have all of the components perfectly aligned, perfectly calibrated, right? I always say the 3 of discs is like one of those drones, with the fans on the bottom. And those fans have to be spinning at the same rate, right? If one's too fast, one's too slow, if they're out of sync, this thing's just going to fly all over the place and crash, right? So everything has to be properly aligned and calibrated. Everything has to be given the right amount of energy, right? So that everything can spin at the same rate. So that's why I kind of feel like you're spinning these fans. You're spinning these plates, on sticks that you've seen in the cartoons or whatever. And if everything can just harmonize together for a split moment, everything's going to be perfect, right? Everything is going to be great. And this is the other people involved. Everybody has to kind of show up at the right time. Everybody has to kind of come together with the same common goal, right? With the same objective in mind. And I feel like you've done this before. You're probably someone who is involved in business. I see you as a very business kind of person right now. And I think you're very good at negotiation, but you're very good at bringing things together, right? Bringing all of the different components together. And I think this might be like the sale of a lifetime, the transaction of a lifetime for you, okay? Because not only because of this, but because of the nature of the major arcana that we have, okay? If we didn't have any major arcana, maybe I'd be telling a different story or singing a different tune. But right now, I feel like this is really a big one, and this is really going to benefit you. It's going to benefit others. It's going to be a really, really nice thing, okay? But we've got these problems with these court cards. There are a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 court cards. There's 2 air. There's a earth and a water court card. But let's go with the recent past, the 6 of Swords. This is behind you, recent past, or kind of the what has recently transpired, the state of things as they were previous to now, anyway. I think you went into this with a very clear-cut plan, a very clear vision, very organized, very worked out in fine detail, this whole thing. Right, this is the real, just kind of perfect contract, the perfect project, prototype, perhaps, the perfect offer. You maybe felt that this was so beautiful, just the choicest thing that you could put together, that there's no way anyone could say no. There's no way that this wouldn't work, because it was just every detail was perfect. Right? You really worked this out, maybe for a long time. Maybe you've been working on this project for, a long years, probably. And you figured that it was so perfect right now that it's impossible for it to not happen, right? But we didn't account for, I think, for this air energy here. Because we got this 10 of Swords. We've got these 2 court cards. Swords, court cards. So I feel like we went into it really thinking that we had our plan perfectly put together. And this was a plan that was going to guarantee the success, guarantee the most amazing outcome, right? And I think we were very confident going into that. Here is the Prince of Discs. I think this is in some ways related to your confidence, your hard work on this thing. And there really is this vibe that it just cannot be beat. This is the absolute best, perfect thing that you've put together. You've tinkered with it. You've corrected it. You've revised it. It's as perfect as it could be. You've worked very hard on it. You're very confident in your abilities, in the work that you do. You're very skilled. But there's unknown factors. There is just this 10 of Swords up here at the top of the path of the dove. That's directly opposed to all of your confidence and hard work. And this is just saying, hey, look, sometimes people don't get along. Sometimes there is that unknown factor that just kind of will dismantle that confidence real quick. This is another personality that we just don't get along with. This is someone, and they could be related to this air energy. We see kind of double air energy, both crossing your work and in the position of your relationships. So I think that there is a tumultuous relationship with the other party or another personality, another character involved here. So no matter how perfect this is, no matter how confident you are and how skilled you are, how amazing this is, how amazing the outcome is going to be. There is this particular person, they may or may not be an air sign, okay? But they have this very tumultuous air energy. And they probably, no matter what you do or what you say or how perfect this is, they've got some sort of axe to grind. They've got some sort of agenda to just kind of ruin this whole plan, this whole project, agreement, contract, transaction, whatever it is. I don't know exactly why or who they are or why they have this kind of agenda, but it seems to me like no matter what happens, they're going to try to interfere in some way. They're going to try to prevent it, right? They're going to try to really kind of take it apart. And that's the Ten of Swords here. And this air energy. Now, they may be an air sign person. It may be maybe someone that you know their astrology, but I don't really bet on that. I think the air is here because they are acting from impulse. They are throwing some confusion, some chaos, some kind of whirlwind into this transaction, into what is a very organized, well thought out transaction plan. A lot of hard work, a lot of energy went into this. It really, you've put your best effort into this, and they just want confusion, and they're just trying to stop you and pretty much by any means. And I don't know who this is, and that's unfortunate. Perhaps this is resonating with you, and you can pinpoint kind of where this energy is coming from. The good news is that in the immediate future, we have the Three of Wands. Now, this card is ruled by the Sun in Aries. Okay? So, this is telling me, we can sigh a sigh of relief now, right? Because this is some good news. This is saying, despite their efforts, you're going to find a way to triumph over this. By activating your essential Aries nature, by having your integrity, your character, by establishing boundaries, you're going to get this thing working, completed, finished, pushed through, signed, whatever the transaction is, whatever this work is that you're doing. You're going to bring it to a successful conclusion while not compromising your integrity, your boundaries, your ethics, right? Your principles, your character. So this is a really positive card. I don't know what this is going to entail other than a lot of continued hard work and confidence, continued planning and strategy. Maybe this is some renewed strategy, some different tactics to kind of to get around this air person, this interference that's happening here, this confusion, this state of chaos that they're trying to really disrupt the system with, okay? So the Three of Wands, this is a very good card, and I think that this is through your skill, your intelligence, your confidence, your integrity, and your character is going to win out over this situation, okay? And that's going to bring us to the path of the serpent, because I think this is kind of explaining a little bit about what you're doing or why you're doing it and what the results will be. The first thing that we see is this Hierophant energy. It might have something to do, this situation, might have something to do with education, might have something to do with a school or a university, or some element of teaching or of mentorship. Maybe you're starting a business that's kind of along those lines. Maybe you work in education, you work in sales, or you're trying to get a job in education or in the sale of education. That sounds weird to say. But something along those lines where there is there's kind of a teacher-student component to this business or this work that you're involved with. Okay, it could be that you're literally a teacher and you're competing with someone for a particular position, a tenure, or just, to get into a certain school or university, something like that. It could be that you are writing because of the Six of Swords. Maybe you're involved in writing textbooks or writing materials, curricula, something like that. So I feel like this really has, it has a good basis for you, right? There's really, I mean, yes, it is, I think, to make money and to succeed in your life, in your business. But I feel like the work you do is helping people too, I feel that it is really one of these core principles of you. I think with the Three of Wands, I think you really believe in education, in teaching, right? And even if it is an indirect kind of maybe a very vague link with education for you, I think education is very important. And I think you're probably a very intelligent person. You must be if you're watching my readings, right? I think that you value education. You value the integrity of the work that you're doing, right? And the Three of Wands is really strong for me, especially with this Sun and Aries energy. It really feels like that's a core value for you, and you're not going to violate your integrity by doing something maybe a little bit shady to get around this person. You're going to win through your own merits, right? Whatever that means exactly. And I think that you're going to, you've kind of got the moral high ground here, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And I think this is a good thing. I think the Hierophant here is you staying true to yourself, true to your beliefs, you keeping your integrity, your boundaries, maintaining that kind of moral compass. And the next card is this other air card, the Queen of Swords here. I feel like through your example that this person, whoever's doing this interference, they might actually start changing their tune, because I kind of feel like they're going from a Knight of Swords, fire of air, to a Queen of Swords, water of air. So the energy from which they are acting is changing from that impulsive fire energy to now maybe a more yielding, a more understanding water energy. It could be that they kind of come over to your side of things, I think that you're able to get through to them maybe just by being the example, by being kind of the Hierophant Three of Wands energy that we see here. By living your truth, by living your essential nature. That they might be led by your example, So I kind of feel like they're shifting their intentions or their methods a little bit. They're maybe yielding to you, okay? Because they came in with this fire energy, and I think that was very, very impulsive or reactionary. Maybe they did some things or said some things that they now are beginning to to realize their mistake. And I feel like they're softening a little bit. I don't think the two of you are going to be best friends. We do see the Lover's card next, but I don't think that's what this is referring to. I guess there is a slight possibility that this is your romantic partner who's doing this. That's possible. It's possible that you and whoever this air energy is will, enter into a romantic relationship. It seems unlikely, but, stranger things have happened. No, I think what this card is talking about is you succeeding in this effort, right? This is you really coming together in this beautiful way with whatever the conclusion of this is, whatever this job, this transaction, whatever this business deal or, whatever we're working on. I feel like you're going to succeed. You're going to push this through. You're going to make the connection. And it really is, it's kind of kind of a triumvirate here because we have this Three of Wands. We've got the major arcana that are kind of connected to this Three of Wands, right? They create their own little triad here. So I feel like to succeed at this is going to be intensely meaningful for you. This might be the job that you've always wanted. This might be the biggest transaction of your life, you know, and I'm calling it a transaction, but I don't know exactly what it is. I feel like this is it. This is the big moment for you. And to have this interference is maybe testing your resolve a little bit, maybe testing your Three of Wands, testing your principles, your integrity, your character, you know. And I think that you pass the test. And I think that when you come together with this, when you reach the moment of success, I think it's going to be a very amazing feeling. I think it is going to have this once-in-a-lifetime kind of intensity. I think this is pretty much the biggest thing that you've worked on in your life. Like this is the big one, you know. And because of that, this next card is the Princess of Cups. Now, we didn't have any other water energy in the reading today, but now we do. And this water energy is a result of this union with you and this project, this company, this promotion, this school, university, whatever it is. Making the sale, making this transaction, buying or selling this house, whatever it is. By succeeding with this, you're basically crying tears of joy, okay? And I think that this is going to give you such an intense feeling that you're able to accomplish your goals. That despite all of the hardships, despite this, whoever this person is, trying to interfere with things, trying to knock you off course, or, interfere with this deal, whatever it is, you've done it. You've succeeded. And you've managed to maintain your integrity, right? You can walk through this with your self-respect intact. And it is going to have such a joyous feeling. Princess of Cups, this is really overjoyed. This is the biggest triumph of your life. This is the greatest feeling of accomplishment, I think, that you've experienced. And I think it will happen for you. I think the key here is to maintain this integrity. Maintain your character. Don't compromise who you are, right? And you'll succeed. You'll succeed. I think your Three of Wands, fire energy, is enough to overpower this Knight of Swords, this fire of air, right? I think that your Three of Wands is much stronger, much more connected, much more pure fire energy to overcome this one and bring it into submission, really, to be honest with you, okay? And I think that is going to be an intensely satisfying accomplishment. I think the conclusion of this is really going to be amazing. So bring some tissues with you, because it's going to be a very emotional end in a very positive way. Okay? And I'm very interested in what you're doing, if this is a big sale for you, a big promotion, or a job, or whatever it might be. So if you feel like leaving some comments, please do. Thank you, Frog, for taking a look at that mystery card for me. I don't know what this could be. I want to see some more water energy. Maybe Three of Cups. I think that would be perfect. An Ace of Cups would be nice. Showing that all of this really is the beginning of this intense mission in your life, this sense of purpose, this destiny kind of thing, right? That you found your holy grail, and now you've got to own it and take responsibility for it, and bring it back to the castle, and you've got to protect it, to maintain that. But I think anything in the water realm, anything kind of Ace through 6 of the water, I think would be really nice right now. So let's find out. Well, we've got a 2 of Wands. This is some fire energy again. This, I think, is the result of all of this, rather than being this intense sense of destiny and purpose. I think what it really is, what's being emphasized at least, is this idea that you can accomplish anything that you set your mind to, as long as you stay true to yourself, true to spirit, true to your conscience, your higher self, God, goddess, deity, whatever your moral compass is, whatever your principles are, whatever your character and your integrity is based on, right? If you stay true to that, there is nothing in this world that you cannot conquer. This card's saying that the world is yours. And even this figure is holding on to that Ace of Wands, right? Holding on to the one staff of fire, which is the central wand of that card. The connection to spirit or to your higher self, your conscience. And considering what to do next, right? It's a very empowering energy that's coming out of this. And perhaps the dilemma really is in this air energy allowing yourself to be defeated, right? There are several options, several different directions you could have gone. You could have accepted defeat, tucked tail, and went home. You could have resorted to some really shady practices to get around this air energy, right? To win over this, you could have done some things that you might have to compromise, right? You wouldn't want to write them down in your diary. Or the third option, you could hold even faster to your integrity, to your spiritual connection, to your principles, to your guiding light, right? And have that strength of character to do what is right and what is going to guarantee victory in the long term, right? We could do some shady stuff now, but we're going to pay for it later. So there were several ways that you could have gone, but now that you have tapped into your essential Aries nature, right? Now you see the power that you indeed do possess. And I think through this, you're realizing that you're in control of that. You're the master of that. It's yours. You can activate this at any time to overcome anything. And I think this is the real message, that you're capable of this, right? And so this is a really positive message, and I like this one. I like this a lot. We're going to do an extended reading, okay? And if you want to watch the extended, you just click on the link that's right up there, and that'll give you access to all of the extended readings, okay? I want to thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me read for you. And thank you for being the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot.